I'm Chad, and I'm going to be giving you an overview of what we sync for DataSynch for QuickBooks and Salesforce. Now, first off, if you want to know specifically what we sync, what fields we sync in these two applications, please check the website. We do have a field comparison guide. We don't sync everything in these objects. We sync a subset of the information in these objects. So do check the field comparison guide. In Salesforce, we sync accounts, closed won opportunities, and products from the products module. If you do not know what a closed won opportunity is, I'm going to go into it really quickly. An opportunity is basically the whole sales pipeline. So when this person calls up and they say, I'm thinking about buying your product or service, they immediately go into the sales pipeline and they start at the top. Slowly, as you explain more about your product, they learn more about your product, they move down the sales pipeline. Ultimately, they will be referred to as closed lost or closed won. Closed lost, they did not buy your product or service. Closed won means they did buy your product or service. So, how do you determine in Salesforce, in this opportunity, whether it's closed won or closed lost? Well, they have a field in Salesforce that's called a stage. And a stage has a list of different milestones in the sales pipeline. So when you start, you might be a prospect, and then proof of concept, and then negotiation review, and ultimately close lost or close won. So your stages in Salesforce would be prospect, proof of concept, negotiation review, close won, or close lost. So if you have this stage marked as anything but closed won, we will not sync it. We will sync this closed won opportunity if it is closed won. So that is what a closed won opportunity is. So quickly go back over. In Salesforce, we sync accounts, closed won opportunities, and products. In QuickBooks, the terminology is a little bit different. We sync customers, accounts receivable transactions, and items and services. Now, if you want to know what an accounts receivable transaction is, well, it's any transaction type that you give your customer. So the 5 transaction types that we support, that we will either generate or pull from when we run the sync, are invoices, sales orders, sales receipts, credit memos, or estimates. So we will either generate any of those during the sync, or if you create that in QuickBooks, we will pull from it. So those are the 5 transaction types that DataSynch supports. So to go back over QuickBooks, we support customers, accounts receivable transactions, and items and services. That is quickly what we sync for DataSync. Do watch the video that talks about the triggers that will explain when we sync or what triggers the sync.